Hosted by the Melbourne Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. My name's Francis, this is Eva, and we'll be your hosts for the morning. Now, before we get into the speeches, we'd like to welcome and thank some of the VIP guests that are with us today.
We'd like to welcome Mr. Andrew Shen, President of Melbourne Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, MTCC.
Perfect. So that's it for now. Next, we'd like to invite Andrew Shen, President of Melbourne Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, up to say a couple of words.
That's a lot of people. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and members of community, a very good afternoon and warm welcome to the 32nd Melbourne Moon Festival. It is truly an honor to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate a tradition that has been cherished across generations, not only in Taiwan, but throughout many Asian communities. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge and extend a special welcome to our esteemed VIPs, including members of the City of Whitehorse Council, federal and state parliamentarians, distinguished community leaders, and honored guests. Your presence here today is a true testament to the importance of a cultural celebration like the Moon Festival, and we are deeply appreciative of your support. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the City of Whitehorse Council for their unwavering support. Bok Seo, with its vibrant multiculturalism, has been a fitting home for this festival, and we are grateful for the Council's continued encouragement, which has allowed this event to grow year by year. Without your partnership, this festival would not be the success it is today. So thanks to the incredible support from our sponsors, we have graduated from bed sheets to actual proper banner this year. Thank you again. And we have also significantly expanded our food offering as well this year. Speaking of sponsors, I would like to take this moment to express a very special thanks to our major sponsors, Silver Star Motors, Vantage Markets, and Bupa. Your generosity and support have been instrumental in bringing this year's Moon Festival to life. We are incredibly fortunate to have partners who share our vision of fostering cultural exchange and community spirit. In addition, I would like to thank our other sponsors, Momo and Ozfocus. Your contributions have enriched this event, and we are deeply appreciative of your involvement. This year, we are thrilled to introduce several exciting new elements. We have expanded our food offering, tripling, and I mean tripled, the triple number of food stores from last year to over 40 stores this year, offering a wide range of gourmet delights that reflect the diverse and vibrant flavors of Taiwan and beyond. We also have 25 plus corporate sponsored stores providing a diverse experience for everyone attending. And for the families joining us today, I'm excited to announce a dedicated children's area featuring 20 plus children-friendly stores, flea markets, and also outdoor amusement park, and just ensuring fun for all ages. Now, speaking of Moon Festival, at its core, the Moon Festival is a celebration of family, unity, and reunion. It reminds us of the importance of staying connected to our roots, even as we live and thrive in diverse communities like Melbourne. It is a time to reflect on the values of togetherness and gratitude. And this is the principles that transcend cultural boundaries and bring us all closer together. I believe events like this are vital to keeping these traditions alive, especially for those of us living abroad. They allow us to pass down our heritage to the younger generations and share our cultural identity with those around us. I thank you all for being part of this wonderful celebration. And once again, my deepest thanks to the City of Whitehorse Council, our sponsors, and all those who have worked tirelessly to make today possible. Thank you and have a wonderful time at the Moon Festival.
Just round up that way.
And now we would like to welcome Honorable Julian Hill MP, representing the Prime Minister, Honorable Anthony Albanese, Assistant Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs, Federal Member for Bruce. Welcome.
And I'd like to wish everyone a happy Moon Festival. It's terrific to have the invitation to represent the Prime Minister here, and thank you to the Melbourne Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. For 32 years, I'm glad you've got a proper banner this year, and given the financial pressures which are always on community events, a particular shout out at the start to the many volunteers who put in hundreds of hours of time, but particularly to the sponsors here who put in time, but most importantly, their own financial resources. Thank you for your support for this great event. Our continent is an ancient land, and we've always been home to people of many different cultures. First Nations Australians speaking more than 250 different languages, and I also acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Wurundjeri people. To European migration, of course, it brought our democratic system. We've got all levels of democracy here, federal, state and local members. I'm not going to mention all of them. We've all been acknowledged. But a particular shout out to my friend Dr. Karina Garland, who's the local member here, my colleague in the Australian government. Thank you for all that you do and for continuing to drag me along to every community event so I can see firsthand what's going on here. Look, I actually visited Taiwan in April. And it was a fascinating time to see the change in administration. Thank you to TECO for the work that you do to build bridges between our societies and economy and between our peoples. It means a lot. I'm also quite accustomed with Taiwanese food, so I'm not going to speak for very long because the longer we talk, the longer it takes for everyone to get to food, which is a bad thing. But look, right across Australia, it is terrific to see people coming together to celebrate this ancient festival, an ancient harvest festival, more than 3,000 years. These days, if you've got to be match fit for the Autumn Moon Festival, did a couple of extra runs last week to cope with all the moon cake that's coming our way. But it really is lovely, and I think your words, Andrew, were spot on. Celebrating our cultural traditions, cherishing them are important. It's part of our multicultural country. But the real magic comes when we share those cultural traditions with other Australians, and 35,000 people, I think, will be coming past today, many of whom from the broader community, not from Chinese, Taiwanese backgrounds or people from the Chinese-speaking world. So thank you for putting that on. As someone who's always grown up in Melbourne, like Karina, I grew up just a few kilometres from here and used to come to Box Hill with Mum on the weekends for shopping. I cannot imagine our city without the contribution of Australians of Chinese heritage from all parts of the Chinese-speaking world, mainland China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, and of course, Taiwan. Chinese Australians have contributed so much to our country and continue to do so, so thank you. Next year, it's 50 years that we can celebrate the anniversary of the Whitlam Labor government's introduction of the Racial Discrimination Act and the final abolition of the White Australia policy that has allowed then generations of people to move here and enrich our country. So the government today is focused on bringing Australians together and building prosperity together. So thank you again to the Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, to TECO for all the work that you do to strengthen our wealth. And to everyone, may the round moon bring you a happy family and a successful future. 谢谢大家. Thank you.
Now, next, we'd like to invite Honourable Michael Sukkar, MP, representing the Leader of the Opposition, Honourable Peter Dutton, Shadow Minister for Social Services, Shadow Minister for NDIS, Shadow Minister for Housing, Shadow Minister for Homelessness, and Federal Member of Deakin.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the introduction. And firstly, can I begin by really congratulating everybody involved with today's Melbourne Moon Festival. 32 years is quite extraordinary. It's very hard for any volunteer organisation, as President Andrew Shen made clear, to make these sorts of events happen. And the fact that the Melbourne Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce has been able to steward this event for 32 years is quite extraordinary. So Andrew, you are an outstanding president at the moment, but I know there are many who have come before you, including Vincent Liu, who I know is still a very active volunteer, but literally dozens and dozens of volunteers. So firstly, can I thank each and every one of you. Can I, of course, acknowledge all of my federal and state and local government counterparts who are here. It's a great testament to this event that so many formal representatives from our community are here. I want to give a particular shout out to Keith Wallahan, who's an outstanding representative for Box Hill, truly a part of this community and is really fighting for your interests every day in Canberra. So Keith, thank you for being here as well. And of course, as a sign of how important your community is to us, our Victorian leader and opposition leader, John Pesutto, is here. We really value everything that this event represents and value everything that you are doing in our community in events like this, but many different aspects of community involvement from the Taiwanese Chamber, as well as other guests who are here. We've got the President of the Asian Business Association of Whitehorse, Bihong Wang. Thank you, Bihong. I know you work cooperatively with many organisations in our local area, and we're very grateful for the work that you do too. I won't speak for ages. I just want to say that the Moon Festival for us is a great opportunity for families. Andrew spelt out the extra food and the dedicated children's play spaces. This is really a bright spot for many families who are doing it really tough at the moment. We know that families are under extraordinary financial pressure, and to have an event like this where they can come down and enjoy a day of celebration and reconnecting, that is really at the heart of what the Mid-Autumn Festival is here to do, and I think this event embodies that perfectly. So we want to thank you for that. And can I also echo the comments that have been made, and that is that we are so fortunate to have such a wonderful Chinese diaspora community, some of the best migrants to this country, and one of the reasons is the cornerstone of a Moon Festival, and that is the dedication to family. Where we have strong, healthy, happy families, we have strong communities and we have a strong country. And the absolute heart of a Moon Festival being the reuniting, the reconnecting of families, we think is a wonderful tradition and really important for generations of families to stay connected to their roots, stay connected to ancient festivals like this. And so again, Andrew, can you please pass on from Peter Dutton and the entire coalition team our gratitude for everything that you as an organisation and your volunteers are doing, and I wish you all a wonderful festival over the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, this concludes the guest speaker part of it. Next, we'd like to present some certificate appreciations from our community. I'd like to invite Andrew Shen, President of the Melbourne Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, in order to present these certificates. The first certificate goes to the City of Whitehorse. Next, the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office, Melbourne. Next, Silver Star Motors. Vivian from Bupa. Cynthia from Mumu. To Oz Focus. And finally to Same Way. Thank you. Now we'd like to invite all the VIP guests to come up for the ribbon cutting ceremony. So if I could invite all the VIP guests to come up. Yeah. Yeah, please come up to the stage. Yeah. I'll count the one in a bit. Okay, ready?
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you.